I want to take school serious either. So I don't blame the youths for not reading. But for the youths that can hear my voice, the youths that are on social media and the persons recording and the little code shows that they're wrong here. You think we don't know you? Talking about crowd and crowd and crowd. You see the state of this country and you got the audacity to worry about how much people attend the rally? You see how high cost of living high and you got time to worry about who show up at a meeting? The priority is wrong. But let me tell you something, comrades. Let me tell you something, comrades. The reality is, and I want you to listen to me, they are paying people millions of Guyana dollars. Listen to me, yes, maybe billions of Guyana dollars the PPP is paying to social media, marketing firms, lobbying firms to push their interest on the social media. You notice you ever go up on a website and all of a sudden it's vote PPP there in your face? Why you think that is so? They are paying millions of dollars, the same money that we plan to invest and to raise the tax threshold to 400,000. The same money that we are going to take to raise public service salaries, to raise the salaries of pensioners, to give the UG and tertiary education students a livable earning. They're taking that money and spending it on social media likes and clicks. How you think the thing getting so much likes? But you see, in this party, we ain't green for a fault. We green for a reason. And green is organic. We don't need no boost. We don't need no help. Because as long as people are suffering in Guyana, we are going to get the support. So it is relying on you. On you. On all of us to play our part. Somebody said when they go to the grocery and they go to the supermarket and they go to the marketplaces, you gotta make tough decisions. You gotta make tough decisions. You got to determine if you're going to buy bread or butter. Because you can't get both. You got to decide if you're going to buy boro or you're going to pay for the taxi for carry you home. Because you can't do both. Things tight. Tight like air fans. Tight. Things tight. You understand? I saw on Emancipation Day, there was a picture. You know the picture I was talking about. And there was a PPP clown defending the picture. But like they didn't adhere to the PPP group that said we're going to edit the picture. Because he jumped up and he called me and you stupid. This man, comrades, never win a case yet. Why you think he don't practice law no more? Because he want to be a businessman, no? Because he can't cut it. This is the same man who stood before me and you with a bullet-riddled back and said to us that never again we must put these people back in power. And you have the audacity to make 5 social media posts a day praising Irfan Ali, praising Jacquio, the same Jacquio who oppressed you for how much years? And you going and deliver region who? East Coast, Beirut. You know what is motivating them. But let me ask you something. What is motivating you? I know what is motivating me. I stand before you as a humble black man. Somebody who has had to sit down and make a tough decision. Do I go and follow my dreams of being a lawyer, or do I put myself up for service? And when I hear names like Quindon Bacchus, when I hear names like Johann C. Douglas, when I hear names like Ronald Waddle, the Henry Boys, the Lyndon Martins, and the list goes on of all of these people that the PPP has killed, the decision for me is easy. APNU. Simple, plain as that. And I will support this party, whether they put me in parliament or not, whether they give me position or not, because it is not about me, it is about you. It is about service. And if a certain forward movement person would have thought the way I would have thought, she would have been standing beside me now, telling you the same thing. But you know what? She don't care about you either. And let me say something. I might get in trouble for this, but I beg me parents down, Sam, me not get no licks for collect. Let me say something directed to that person. We are going to be real, because I don't lie. When she came on the political scene, she was what we needed. She was a breath of fresh air. But we got AC now. So we don't need fresh air again. She could speak, she could articulate, and she could sing lovely. But I want to ask you this, viewers and listeners and comrades, I want to ask you one thing. Can any of you tell me what was her portfolio in parliament? Of what? You see, you know that, and you alone. She herself did not know that. Because what has she done in relation to foreign affairs? And I put it to challenge for somebody to tell me what she has done for the 5 years she has spent in parliament. You know why? Because she did not care about you, comrades. How do you resign from a party and in 24 hours you don't only have a party, you have a name, you have a campaign, you have a video, and you were sidelined? Well, meeting is you wasn't sidelined fast enough. So tell she, I said thank you. Because it is because of her absence that I am present before you now. Because what the enemy meant for evil, God will take it and turn it around for good. So we lose Amansa Walton and we get Eden Corbin. We lose James Bond and we get Rivaldo Beerball. We lose Sherman Figueroa and we got Joretta. Because what the devil meant for evil, God, not bald head rat, not orphan Ali, God. And Beirut, if you believe the way that I believe, you know that whatever they set to turn evil, we gonna make it good. Because that is what green represent. Good. And that is what we are presenting to you, Beirut. So tell the youths on the corner, my comrade say, collect the money. I little different. I have suffered in this life already. I know what it is to do without. And if it means I have to do without, you know what? So be it. Because sometimes you don't know what people do to get what they have. And you don't know what is hanging over what they have. Because you got a Lamborghini, but you ain't got no road to drive it. You got a helicopter, but you can't go up to the sky and fly it. You got buildings and properties, but nobody to use the buildings and the properties because you get sanction. Because you get sanction. And he can't address that yet. But you know what he could do? He could come out and say, who is ungrateful dog? They say, we could see in sunlight. You know the rest. So if the father of the candidate could call somebody that was his close friend an ungrateful dog, I must be a class fool. I must name James Bond to believe that you got me interest at heart. Beirut, let me tell you something. Reject them. This ain't get no hard decision to make when it comes to who you gotta vote for. It is an easy decision. You gotta ask yourself, who has stood with you? That is the confusion we're talking about. They send the spies. We talk about the ungrateful dog and you see what happened. But the hard decision is not who you must vote for. It is who you will stand for. So these parties will come and they're going to tell you all kind of things and they are going to pay. But you know what? We don't need anything from them. Reject them, comrades. To the youths, to the first time voters who are asking, why should I vote for the party? It is very simple. Because under this administration, under an Aubrey Norton and Joretta Ferdinand administration, you are going to get stable electricity. Your water gonna be clean like Aubrey slate. The cost of living will not go up. It will come down. The standard of living will get better. And let me say something. I know I'm probably a little over my time, but I come with things on my mind. You see, the problem with the PPP is they think that everybody on this side should be like James. That is the problem. You know why? Because do you know what a government is supposed to do? A government is supposed to build roads. So you can't build a road, then throw a party for yourself for the road that you are supposed to build. You are supposed to build the road. Who gonna build the road? Me? That is what the government is elected to do, to serve the people. So if the people need a bridge, you build the bridge. If the people need a better access way, you build the access way. If the people need cash grant, you give them cash grant. But you do not do what you are supposed to do and then praise yourself for doing that. That is how they disrespect us, comrades. And you are going to tell me that that is progress? That is stupidity and backwardness. The party name People and Progressive, but they don't have either. They don't have either. All they have is the blood money. All they have is the sacrifices. We saw it. We saw it, comrades, in April. We saw what they did at the Doubleday Hotel. We saw the response of the police force when they went to secure their friends instead of securing evidence. A day like today, the pathologist is asking for particular things and we cannot get it. But you telling me you promoting 2,000 ranks? A man joined the force 25 years ago and he himself don't even know when he joined the force because it's just pressure you put in the poor man under for take a little video tokenism. That is all that party is concerned about. And I am here to tell you, members of Beirut, that it will stop today. From you can hear my voice, we are going to change that. And if it is going to take us at this meeting, so be it. So when you hear the calls of our leaders and they say to come out and mobilize the road, you come out and mobilize the roads. When September 1st come, you get your whole house, your whole community, bring out everybody. Take them to the polling stations and it doesn't stop there. You scrutinize because it is a democracy. You stand up at the polling stations and let them know that we are watching you. You know why I could stand and talk so confidently in 2025? Because we got Facebook. I promise you, comrades, if we did not have social media and the lives, they would have killed half of us by now. I promise you that. They would have killed half of us, but you know what? The people getting smarter. You and I, and we didn't need no online gold scholarship. We know though, because we have lived it. We have seen it. And if we want that to repeat, as the first speaker said, we have seen the worst of this government. The only thing left for them to do is to just go into Ministry of Finance and Bank of Guyana and just collect all of the money and carry it in Pradoville. Irfan Ali was a minister, junior minister, when he now made his political debut. And within a year, he did not just build a house, he built a mansion. And as if a mansion was not enough for the taxpayers, he built a pool house. So he didn't just have a mansion, he had a mansion, a pool, and a house for the pool. As a junior minister, now that man is president, we don't even want to go into the depth of corruption that he has done. Jack Dio, Pradoville 1, Pradoville 2, and the other ones we probably don't know about. This is the extent of their corruption. And come September 1st, we have to chase them out. Because for Guyana to grow, no, I want you to say it with some conviction. I said, for Guyana to grow. I said, for Guyana to grow. They got to go. Thank you, Beirut.
Give it up, 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 give it up. Young, intelligent individual, Mr. Cobbin, we are so thankful. I can tell you two fast things before I introduce the other speaker. I was in the National Park on Emancipation Day, and I was standing at a certain position, and I saw the Barlet Rat not too far from me. A policeman was in front of me also. And I kid you not, this is very serious. Mr. Jagdeo turned to come my way. The policeman in front of me suck his teeth and move. And if I was not convinced, the policeman stood at the back of me. And then Mr. Jagdeo continued and the policeman walked away again. This is serious, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I would like to say to you that Beirut, we are the employers. They are the employee. You need to understand we employ the government. We are the employers. But because sometimes we are too divided, we can't come out when we're supposed to come out and stand for justice. So let me don't stand between you and your other speaker. He is a father, he is a good man, and he is a plain spoken individual. I love this man, you love this man, all of we love this man. And he does talk it like he know it. And he represents us all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to listen as we in the room 101. Give it up for Mr. David, Dr. David Hines.
Oh, wow. Good evening, Beirut. And welcome to Politics 101. When I listened to the young man just now, I want to retire and go and kick back. Because I know the future is in good hands. But I'm standing for a little bit more because we have an important date on September 1st. I see when the scrawly dog run here just now. And it come, God don't come, but he just send. And he sent that scrawly dog to remind us that we have a date on September 1st. Marching orders. Do not waste your vote. Let me hear you. Do not spoil your vote. Do not split. You know the story. Do not split your vote. Do not sell your vote. Is one vote you have. And that vote represents more than just an X. That vote represents your dignity. That vote represents your strength. That vote represents something that goes deep into our history and our culture. We are talking tonight. We are talking tonight because there are those who do not want us to talk. There are those who want us to shut up. They say that I've committed a crime in this country. And I told the Attorney General, when I come in at the airport, I will call him to come and arrest me. Because the crime is that I say I'm telling black people to stick together. I want to repeat it tonight. On September 1st, I want all you to stick together. The vote. Your vote determines who gets what, when, and how. Your vote determines who governs. And who governs distributes resources. And so, when you go into that booth on September 1st, you are not just going to mark an X. You are going to change a government, ring out the old and ring in the new. The APNU is the force this election that recognizes that we are all in this together. And we are led by a man who they wanted not to lead this country. And you stood by him. You, the people of Beirut, and all the communities stood by him. And he, Aubrey Norton, will become the next president of Guyana and lead our country in a new direction. You see, in the old days, there were those who their parents were rich. Their parents were well-to-do. And they were born into wealth. And then we call them the old middle class, the red-skinned middle class. But then Mr. Burnham introduced free education from nursery to university and made it possible for the Aubrey Nortons and the David Hines to go to university and to stand on platforms like these and to speak with authority. That is the new middle class, because that is the middle class that comes from the bosom of the poor and the powerless. You see, they introduced me tonight as a man who said it as it is. And there's a reason I poke my fingers in their eyes. Because I want to say to them that whatever right they have, I have the same right. And I, born in Buxton, I drink company water, and nothing like Jack Dio and the rest of them will talk up to me. Because if they talk up to me, I talk back to them. And I want you all to develop that spirit. Your foreparents did not go through slavery for anybody for talk up to you all. Never. The dignity of this country is the dignity of all of its people. And I want to say tonight, you all are going to bring it home on September 1st. Village. And this is a new village. I remember when you all created this village and you all name it Beirut. We say Beirut today, but the old timers will know it's Beirut. And I said, my goodness, a set of people in a little village following what's happening in the world and name their community after a world community. And I said at that time that this community will be a force to reckon with. You see, when we talk about the future, we are not all right. When we are talking about the future, we are not just talking about throwing money here and throwing money there and trying to buy people with money. We are talking about using money Please give the leader a round of applause. All right. And I love it because that is how we must treat our leaders with respect. The other night we were in BV and two donkey walking up and down the meeting. And they say it's two stray donkey, that's the wrong BV. They say one the donkey named I and one named B. A little boy, the wrong, he said, no that times, one named Orphan and one named Barat. Two stray donkey. And so on September 1, we are going to rid our country of stray donkeys. And when you watch the stray donkeys, and when you watch the team that APNU is presenting to this nation, presenting to run for this nation, then all right. Yes, and they're telling us who is electable and who is not electable. You all are villagers, and you all know quick good. If all of them can marry, then I will marry too. If all of them may cheat, then come, you know the story. If Orphan and Barat can be electable and be leaders, then Abri can run this country too. And we have to lift up our leaders because the others are trying to pull them down. Now, the leader is going to speak tonight, and he's going to lay out some things for you. But I want to say this. All of us were born into poverty. We didn't create poverty. Poverty was created by the system. And after 200 and odd years of slavery, another 150 years of colonialism, they have not been able to get rid of poverty. And we are saying the APNU intends to tackle poverty, reduce it, and ultimately get rid of it. Poverty is a sin. It entices a lot of our people, a lot of our young people, to do things that they would not normally do. And so, if we get rid of poverty, we will be getting rid of a big sin. And one of the ways you get rid of poverty is to put clean money, proper money, into the hands of the poor. I heard the young man who spoke before me. He talked about government. Government don't wake up in the morning and go to work. Government don't get up in the morning and go and sell in the market. Any entity that gets free money is government. It's all you just work and pay the taxes to government. And when the government builds a bridge or gives something to the community, they're not giving you free money. They're giving back your free money that you give them. And so you all stop this thing about free money. We are going to take a portion of the oil money and we are going to go to Parliament and pass a law that says that each of you is entitled to a part of that oil money. At the bottom of that ocean that they're drilling the oil from, at the bottom of that ocean, the blood, the bones of your foreparents are buried down there. And so we have suffered. And God, as we said, don't come, but He does send. And He has made it possible for that oil to come to Guyana. And we have to decide that all of us will benefit. And so we are going to take 10% of that money and we're going to set it aside. The 90%, the government can do what they want with it. And we will build bridges where necessary. We will improve education. We will improve healthcare. We will not just build hospitals, but we will train doctors and nurses to work in those hospitals. But you know, when we were small children, your parents give you a little small piece. They said, that's your own. Do what you want with it. Some of us used to put it in porcelain tin and wait till Christmas time to buy. Some of us used to go and take it and buy with little food. We give a girlfriend a little small piece and so on. But we want to go back to that. We want to give you 10% of that money for you to decide what you want to do with it. And we want to do it by law. We are going to Parliament to do it by law. The party that I belong to, the WPA, we have done the calculations. And we have said, each household in this country, if we take 10% of that money, each household could get $1 million per year. Each household. And the reason we are saying household, all right. Yeah, each household will get a portion of that money and it could come up to $1 million. Now when they give the 100,000 the other day, they excluded people. Because we know there are a lot of 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds. They have 2 children and they didn't get. Because they were not 18 years and over. They represent a household. And so with our plan, each of those families will get $1 million. And don't worry, well, why is a household? A household is a pot. If you live upstairs, you and your wife and your small children, are you cooking at your own pot? Your son lives downstairs with his family, he a cook your own pot. Your daughter live with she family, she a cook your own pot. So a house is not a household, is how many pots cooking in that house. And so don't let a fool all you with this $100,000 man. When you get your $100,000, you spend it. When you get $1 million, you can take that invest. So we are not talking about just giving you money. We are talking about giving monies that belong to you so that we can get rid of poverty. Many of you are public servants, teachers, government workers, police, army people. And for the last 26 years, this government has been giving you all 8%, 7%. Other categories of workers gone past you all. Sugar harvesters, what we call cane cutters, are working more than teachers, working for more than teachers. And they don't have to strike. And so we are saying that we will lobby this government that the money that is owed to teachers and other public servants, we will lobby the government to give each public servant a piece of land in lieu of that money. If you want it in a house lot, we give you a house lot. If you want it to go on farm, we give you to go on farm. If you want it as security, you can go to the bank, you get it. We hear some of our young people say that when the APNU was in government, they didn't do anything for us. Now those young people are not stupid. They know that APNU did things for us. But what they're talking about is that as young black people, we didn't go to them and say, we are doing this for you as public servants. We are doing this for you as African Guyanese. And if we give each public servant a piece of land, nobody can look at that 5 years from now and say you didn't do nothing for me. And we want to understand very clearly that when you look at the PPP, they give to the poor a little bit, but they give to their constituency a big bit of the little bit. They come into our communities, they give we little boys them a $2,000 and say you get contract. And then they go in their strongholds and they give $50 million. When you give a little boy $2 million and tell you got build a road, by the time he buy the material, he pay the workers, it's a little freaky carried home. Sometimes nothing. That's right. And so their intention is not to get that little boy out of poverty. Their intention is to fool him. And we in the APNU are saying that we would try to get you out of poverty. Out of poverty. Sisters and brothers, we often talk about what the government will do for you. And that's good. As I said, one of the things we'll do is get you out of poverty. But we want to say, equally important is what a government doesn't do to you. You all hear me out? You all hear me out? Under an Aubrey Norton government, not a single little black boy will be gunned down by police, errand police, just because they're black. Never again will we have to say, how many more? No more Quindon Bacchus. No more Orrin Boston. No more Peter Endy. No more the Henry brothers. No more young men from Linden. No more Crummy Wing. An APNU government will bring an end to extrajudicial killing. A few months ago, this country stood at a standstill because there is an because a little 11-year-old girl went to a hotel to swim, and the next day they fished her body out of a pool. This government can spy on people, and they can tell you when Robbie Norton drinking. They can tell you where opposition people going. And they cannot tell us to this day what happened to an 11-year-old girl. The murderer of that child is walking free right now. But we say to him or her, your days are numbered. Come September 1st, when we take government, one of the first things we'll do is order an independent investigation into the murder of Adriana Young. And I heard Brother Ganesh last night at New Amsterdam. All the extrajudicial killings, we are going to open the investigation. We have to know who killed the Henry boys. We have to know who killed Crummy Wing. We have to know who killed Ronald Waddle. Orrin Boston, all of them. And so extrajudicial killing will be wiped from the face of Guyana. Sisters and brothers, I know the leader is here and you all want to hear from him. So I will not be much longer. But I can tell you all this. We are not fighting the PPP just at the ballot box. We are fighting them at GCOM. We are fighting them to ensure that on election day, people who are in America and Canada are not voting in our election. And so, September 1st is not an ordinary day. We are fighting. We are fighting not just to get our votes, but to defend our votes. And if the PPP believe that they will get away with another rigged election, as they did in 2020, they will know where barley grow. I want to say it again. We will not accept a rigged election in 2025. And as we stand there tonight, with you under God's sky, standing here in the open space, witnessing for yourself, I want to tell you, we have been to the mountaintop so many times. And we have come down from the mountaintop. And we have overcome. When we sing, we shall overcome. We are not idle. And we are going to get to that promised land. Emancipation was about a promise of freedom. And every time they sought to snatch away that freedom from us. But this time, we are going to hold on tightly to that freedom, and we are not going to let it go. We have our dignity. We have our dignity. And that dignity is not 3 cents. We must make sure that we are led by that dignity. We stand there tonight as human beings, not begging for anything, but demanding from this country what belongs to us. Let us not be afraid. Let us not fear. Fear no flock, because the promised land is within our reach. The Lion of Judah shall break every chain and give us the victory again and again. And we must not lose hope. We must not give up. We must not panic. The PPP is the equivalent of the devil. And I don't use terms like that easily. But look on our roadways. Look at the behavior of ordinary citizens. They say we fall from head and go shoulder. And that is why we have to get a new head, so that the positive that will fall from that head will come on our shoulders. We are moving on. We are moving on because we have a date with destiny. We have a date with justice. We have a date with freedom. They tell us, let us not think as a collective. Let us be just individuals. But I want to tell them, when they enslave our foreparents, they did not enslave individuals. They enslaved people with a certain skin color. And when we walked out of that plantation, we didn't just walk out as individuals. We walked out as a collective. And when our foreparents took their little money, they didn't just take individual money. They threw money, all of them, in wheelbarrow, and they went and bought lands. Whenever we have won anything big, we have won it as a collective. Individualism is important, but individualism is limited. You can pull an individual and entice that individual, but you must not be able to pull the collective. We have faith in you, and when we take government, we will learn from our mistakes. And I make a pledge to you tonight that if I have anything will thank you. And we will do an audit. What do we have in Beirut? What we don't have? How many people are unemployed? How many people working below the minimum wage? And we shall make right with you. And you all know that I do not play. I do not play when it comes to our people. We have suffered too long. And we're not taking sufferation anymore. And so as I go tonight, I want to say, I love you. We love you. You are not just a vote. You are people. The Spirit runs in you. Let us join our hands together. Let us join our hearts together. Let us bring out every single vote and vote for the palm. And as we raise this palm to the night sky, it's clean. There's no blood. There's no blood on this palm. There is no blood on this palm. And let us put that X next to the palm. This palm represents the future. One day you will look back and you will say, on the night of the 3rd of August, 2025, I was standing at Beirut and I pledged on that night that I will be part of the movement of God's children, moving on to the other side. We are marching onto Zion. That beautiful, beautiful Zion. And we are going to get there. And tonight, as we welcome our leader, we do so with clean heart. We shall overcome. Don't waste your vote. Don't split your vote. Don't sell your vote. Because if you make that mistake, then we have only ourselves to blame. We are intelligent people. We are people who have been to the mountaintop and in the valleys. And we will raise our heads and say, thank God Almighty. On September 1st, we will be free, free at last. Free at last. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Beirut, Beirut. All right, all right. Beirut, Beirut. In order for Guyana to grow, they just told me that we have a man to come and talk to us. And this man is a good man, a clean man, a real man. But they say also, I am not worthy to introduce this man. So I'm going to call on my co-host to introduce this man, Miss Whitney Rogers.
Beirut, are you ready? Are you ready for September the 1st? To vote for the gentlemen, boys and girls, and the coachers and that watching, it's time to welcome a fearless political scientist, a true son of the soil, a true son of the soil. He walks with purpose, he speaks with power, he fights for the people. Beirut, East Coast, Guyana, make some noise for our leader, our president, our Mr. Aubrey Compton Norton.
Good evening. Good evening, Beirut. Good evening, Beirut. We come to you this evening with a message of hope. We believe that the only political party in these elections that will serve the people of Guyana is the APNU. We live in a country in which the government does everything to place people in poverty. You know, they believe when they have people in poverty, they can come with any freck and control people. I want to say this to you. The only reason the PPP is in places like Beirut is because they know they are losing support in their strongholds. And so they are coming to see what they can get from communities like Beirut to make up for their losses in their stronghold. I want to say this to you. Have sense. Have sense. Because the minute they get your support and they return to government, they will behave like how they behave normally. Don't be fooled that there's a change of behavior. We say leopards don't lose their spot. You will be corrupt on. You only have to go into PPP strongholds, drive through and see the roads you have, and then come to your own community and compare, and you will understand how racist the PPP is. We're saying to you, as a political party in government, we will train the young people so that they can have the skills to earn a living. We're saying to you that the Constitution of Guyana provides for 25% of all contracts to go to small contractors. I want to make this pledge to you. We will train you to undertake contracts, and when we give you a contract, it will be a proper contract. And I say this because if you follow the trend of them giving contracts, you will recognize a joker like critic, a joker like critic, a zombie like critic, and no good like critic can get a $800 million contract while they come telling you about 2 and 5 and 10. When they thief, they thief, brother. They don't thief with a secret. They just thief as if it's their own. You know, every time I hear he calling people scrapes, I laugh. The only reason they can be talking about scrapes in this country is because they refuse to empower young people. Because the education system has failed the young people. Because they have no technical and vocational training to help young people. And the biggest scrape in this country is Barra Jack Dale, who is scraping everything out of our treasury. And so, we must not be fooled. We must not be fooled. How on earth could a government be a government that is useful when they will collude to cover up the murder of an 11-year-old child? What else wouldn't they do? And so I said to you, a vote for the PPP is a vote in support of the murder of Adriana Young. Because it is that government that did everything to cover up the murder. And I say this to you. In government, we will ensure a proper international investigation into the death of Adriana Young. They like to say, the bald-head rat likes to say that we did nothing. I want to remind you this they gave. It didn't meet no way close to what we gave in 5 years. If you add up what they give with oil resources, a 5 and 8 is 13, and I think a 10 is 23. We gave workers 77% wage increases in 5 years without oil and gas. And so you must imagine us in government with oil money. The people of Guyana will benefit from it and benefit significantly. We're saying to you, not only did we give significant wage increases, but we also, between 2015 and 2020, made Guyana safe. The police was not running in your village and doing as they like, as they are doing now, and they did before 2015. So you must remember, a vote for the PPP is a vote for police brutality. A vote for the PPP is a vote for you to be locked up for 72 hours, even if you don't commit a crime. And so I'm saying to you, there is nothing in it for you. The PPP has shown that they have no interest in you. We're saying to you that we will look after the people. May I remind you that without oil money, David Granger gave buses for children to go to school. He gave boats, he gave bicycles. And we are saying this to you, that the next APNU government will establish a national schools transportation system to take our children to school. Why should we in a country of oil have children who cannot find a meal. We are going to ease the burden on the parents. We are going to ensure that every child gets 2 solid meals in school. And we know we can do it because between 2015 and 2020, without oil resources, we give 30,000 children plus. But this PPP with oil money was only able to give 20,000 children. We're saying to you that the children of this country is entitled to share in the oil wealth, and we will ensure they share. My friends, we made our community safer. You know, it is under the APNU that we were solving real crimes. A lot of the murders that occurred under the PPP were solved under the APNU. And the minute the PPP returned to government, we stopped solving murders. The first time they ever looked like they can solve a murder is when Barrett making allegations against a man who joined politics that he believed shouldn't join. But outside of that, you have a government in which when government related and linked people commit a crime, the CCTV cameras don't work. It's the only camera I know disclose the time when certain people commit a crime. We got cameras that is take a nap. They take a nap whenever PPP linked persons commit a crime. By all stretch of imagination, if the law used to take its course in this country, Nigel Dharamlal would have been in jail. But they have the audacity, the temerity to bring him and call him a candidate. Well, when you are voting to protect your children from PPP vultures. And I say this to you. Don't worry when you see the leave. Bond, a $1 million US and a charge over your head. The case ain't done, so he has to sing for his supper. Daniel Sira, I gather he rammed some lash or something in his counterpart, and he too before the court. And as for Mr. Sandy, there are serious allegations against him about the sale of NDC lands. Why do I say this? Why do I say this? I say this to make the point that there is one common thread that runs through all of them. They need political cover because of their criminality. And I said to you, they must stay there. Because when we win, you can't come, you run for protection, we don't do the detection. So we know where you're up to. So we are saying to you, don't be carried away by the gimmicks. The PPP has money to spend. Thief man don't broke, sir. Unless he get catch, thief man don't broke. And when we say thief man, we mean them little petty thing, you know. Them is not thief man. Real thief man is government officials. Them little boy who picking pocket and so. Baby. But you must understand what corruption does to this country. When you rob this country $800 million, you have robbed the children the opportunity to get 2 hot meals a day. We must understand what corruption is. Corruption is a disease. Corruption takes away from people the resources that could be used to make them proper people and take them out of poverty. So when we vote against the PPP, we are voting against corruption. The C on PPPC is corruption. And we have to vote against corruption. Her stelling to do political work. Generally, the people were nice and engaged us. But out of the blues come a PPP activist to make the comment that even dogs don't like black people. We ignore her. We ignore her. And we must continue to ignore them. Because what they're trying to do is to create some confusion at this stage between the ethnic groups. We must not allow them to push us into a race confrontation. We must treat all Guyanese as Guyanese. And we will teach them what is it to be a decent government. I've said before, and I say it again, we will have a government with integrity. We will return honesty to Guyana. From the time the PPP returned to power, the word honesty came out of their dictionary. It was replaced with crime, corruption, cover up, blackout. You know, that is the kind of vocab they have. And you know, when the president tried to call big word is big trouble. He didn't have to tell nobody he ain't been to a proper university. Since you hear he talk or try to read, you know the university where he been to in exists. The man repairs so many things before he said reparation. He said repair, rapper. I was like, and you know, I'm saying to you too, there are other areas that we did exceptionally well in this country. Between 2015 and 2020, we reduced blackouts. There was hardly any blackout. They bring power ship with power, cockroach with power, and we still can't get power. And we're talking about the amount of money they pay for this power. Now they're going to spend millions to pay a failed firm, a firm that failed in Jamaica, to say they're managing power in Guyana. The PPP is incompetent. They can't even build a road. You know, Burnham built this East Coast Road and it lasts for more than 30 years. The Suzdike-Linden Highway lasted for more than 50 years. The Essequibo Road lasted more. West Demerara lasted for years. These jokers, that one that is at the edge of the hill, I don't know why they don't push you over. When he builds a road, it does not last. Every new road that they open, they have to do repairs. Sometimes I believe it's another way to thief the money. We give you money for do it, and then we give you money for repair it. And so they mustn't talk. I heard Barry Jack, they were saying that all of us are inexperienced. I don't doubt that. When he became a minister, he just come from a hike and didn't even know nothing. And he become president. And I don't know why he's talking about experience, because the experience we have with him is bad experience. Bad experience. He said he building a sugar factory, it never produced an ounce of sugar. He said he building a package factory, it never packed nothing. He took billions, and they say, why I remember this one. They run a fiber optic cable coming all along the highway. And this fiber optic cable was to ensure we have connectivity. That was the big word they used. Today it never connected nothing. And they're talking about competence. The reality, the PPP touches, fails. They got dirty hands. They got demon possessed hands. So whatever they touch turns to, I can't call the word here, but you know is what. And so we must not be carried away by their propaganda. We must not. The police was solving crime under us. And the government changed. And what they did, they bring back all the people who recovering the crime. If you do the same thing twice, not the same results you're going to get. And people forget there is a close relationship between the People's Progressive Party and criminality. Let me make it clear for you. They first came to power in 1992. In 1992, there might have been a murder here and a murder there. But they came into power October. By Good Friday, they rich them who commit the crimes threw Monica Reese out of the back of a vehicle. And until day like today, they have covered that story. When they came to power in 1992, Guyana was considered one of the countries that was relatively drug-free in terms of trafficking. In under 5 years, Guyana had become the major focus of drug trafficking. That is the history of the PPP. We're talking about when they meet now to the Phantom Squad. And you know, as I talk about the Phantom Squad, we need to tell our young people about the murders under the Phantom Squad. You know something that we missed? And I only recognized it when I was talking to the youths of Albaiston. Let's assume a young man is 25 years of age. Between 2002 and 2006, before the Kaira Jabati business, you had these activities. So if you are 23, 2006 to now is 90 years. Okay? If you were 23, meant you were 4 years of age. So a lot of the young people running around, following people who kill them, they don't have a clue of the amount of people they killed. And so we must get those 25 and under and let them know that the PPP and their allies now foe were the people who murdered innocent Guyanese, especially African Guyanese. Do you want to vote to return a Phantom Squad? Do we want a situation where our young people are killed and there can be no answers? And so we are voting here in a very critical election, in an election that will determine what the rest of our lives will be. If the PPP, by some stretch of imagination, manage to stay in power, we are dead. And so, speak sense into people's head. Speak sense into people's head. This government has no interest in you whatsoever. And there is no hope of a professional police force under the PPP. The PPP could never have a professional police force because they themselves commit crimes and they themselves have to be protected. And so when the minions around them, look what is happening. One of them gets sentenced to a couple months for fraud. And who you think protecting him? You see there on one of them posters with him finally. The last man in the corner will look shine and clean you up. He's a convicted felon. But they continue to protect him. And so we have to have sense. They're telling people we are going to stop the $40,000 for the 10-day workers. Let me say this to you. We are aware that they were very biased in their choice, but we have said that we will increase the 10-day workers from 40,000 to 50,000. But in addition, we will train them so that they can get a job. I say to the people who are 10-day workers, if you stay as 10-day workers for the next 10 years, you wouldn't be paying no NIS and you wouldn't have benefits to get. We are saying to you, we're going to train you, we're going to employ you, you're going to be able to benefit from the National Insurance Scheme. So there's a bright future ahead for the youth of Guyana. We are establishing a National Youth Fund, and the purpose of the fund will be to give young people grants and loans, and we will train them to manage small businesses and put them in business. We believe our young people can do it. And it is not that we haven't tried. In government, we train many young people to produce honey, who are today producing honey and making a living on their own. So what we intend to do is to teach you to fish. The PPP wants to give you a fish. So when they don't give you, you're punished, you starve. And when they come with the fish, you're going to be so hungry, you want to take it. We will not continue that approach. Our approach will be to teach our people to fish so that they can provide for themselves. That is what matters. If I got to give you, well, let me make it simple. If a man got a lady, he can't maintain she, and somebody gives you something, that's something gonna happen. So let us not fool ourselves, live in the real world. When they give you the little stupidness, it's to be able to control you. And we must reject the control of the People's Progressive Party. You know, I watched Bond. He went in Yarakita and tell people a lot of lies about me. So I decided I can talk to him. But when I watch his face, he looked like he already under pressure. I see the putting them for make flag. They're knocking up flags. You know, some things make me laugh. And I knew full well that there is where they would have ended. We're saying to you, don't be worried by them. We're going to beat the People's Progressive Party in these elections. Once our young people come out and vote silently for the APNU, we will beat the People's Progressive Party. It is important that we scrutinize these elections properly. Let us not be fooled. They don't only thief money, they will have to try and thief these elections to protect the money they got. And so we have to scrutinize these elections and to send the PPP the message that any attempt to thief these elections will have serious consequences. It is not a joke when we say we cannot take another day after the 1st of September of the People's Progressive Party. It's a reality. You know when you're a little boy and you're frightened zombie? Huh? You know the little boy and you're frightened zombie? Well, you imagine yourself as a little boy in the PPP zombie. You have to be afraid of them. They have no interest in serving people. And so we're saying to you that life under the APNU will be a life that you will be proud of. We have said we will ensure that every Guyanese gets a livable income. Public servants must start at $200,000 a month. Our teachers should be paid properly. You know, this government couldn't find money to pay teachers. I know if you all see what happening in Canada, the carnival, they spend millions of dollars to have a float in Canada. I mean, they're so ridiculous. We have to get rid of these people. They show no interest. They're advertising how they built 12 hospitals. What they're advertising is they only got 10 doctors. You are building structures to put money in your corrupt friends' hands. Let them know that a hospital is not only a building, a hospital is an institution that should deliver medical services to the people. And if it has no doctors, if it has no nurses, then it is not a hospital, it is another building. We will spend a lot of resources to train people, especially our young people, so we have enough doctors and nurses to serve this country. And if they ain't satisfied that they ain't got doctor, they ain't got nurse, they compound it by not having drugs. A lot of the drugs sell to private pharmacists. So we should not be carried away by this talk of we maintain our promise. We built 12 hospitals and people can dead in them because the requisite services aren't there. They put up some big board. You know, when I see what they're doing, I thought flags and billboard is vote. Because the amount of money they spend on flags and billboard, they could have given children a much better life. But they're not interested in that. They're interested in staying in power so that they become richer and richer. My friends, September 1st is a critical day. It is the day when we must put our X next to the palm. It is the day when we must vote the PPP out. It is the day when we will give our children hope by changing this government. And so we must be focused. It is no joke when we say that if Guyana is to grow, the PPP must go. Guyana cannot develop with a government that is parasitic. They are like parasites. We need a government that is honest. We need a government that serves the people. We have said that we are campaigning and we are putting people first because we believe the most important resource in any country is the people. And I commit to you tonight in closing that the next government, the next APNU government will put people first and deliver a high quality of life to you. Have a good evening and may God bless you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from our next president in waiting. What do you say? We are so grateful that you are out here tonight, and we are going to repeat our pledge. In order for Guyana to grow, the PPP must go. Let us say it again. In order for Guyana to grow, the PPP must go. Thank you very much. Please go home safely. Don't stop under the mango tree. Just